Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time Car Show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. Welcome, everybody, to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Today is Show and Tell, and we're going to explain all of that once the show gets underway.
That's when we'll tell.
That's when we'll tell.
I ain't telling.
Mm-hmm. Nope. The charge to each of our Deus members is to turn down their cell phone.
Hey, I'm checking, making sure we got sound and volume.
That's not your place. That's Mr. Mars' place.
No, I'm doing Facebook.
Are you Facebooking?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to go make sure
we're going to have the events calendar. Mr. Mars reviews the Ram 1500, and later we'll have this week's automotive news headlines. Just ahead on today's very confusing In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Mm-hmm. Thank you for joining us. Along with Mike out of this world, Mars, who doesn't have a headset on but has a pair of headphones on.
There's a difference.
We have King Conrad DeLong. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong, better known as Captain Kangaroo. Mm-hmm. I don't know where I came up with that.
Does that make Jeff Mr. Green Jeans?
It does. Yeah. He does kind of look like Mr. Green Jeans.
Hey, shout out to Kathleen Coleman from Granbury.
Very nice.
Oh, that's good to
beautiful town.
With us.
Beautiful town.
Beautiful little town south of the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I guess more Fort Worth than
southwest of Fort Worth.
Southwest.
Yeah. But it's also out there near where the new dinosaur tracks were found because of the drought.
Oh yeah,
that was just we drove through that other town on the way into Granbury.
Well, I would imagine that with all the rain that's been going on up in North Texas, that back underneath the water.
Oh yeah.
I would assume. But I'm not sure.
But think of how exciting that had to be for the
paleontologists.
Paleontologists. I thought I had that word.
Well, if you're out there, you sure you didn't make those?
I was thinking of Ross on Friends. He was a paleontologist.
Who?
Ross.
He
was a dinosaur guy.
Oh, from Friends.
Hey, yeah, I'm a living dinosaur.
Yes, you are. Who thinks he's dinosaur?
Oh,
hey, hi everybody, USA in your Chevrolet. America's calling you to.
Great. Now I'm gonna have that in my head all day.
I didn't know any more of it.
America is. I don't remember it. I remember seeing her.
One of those earworms.
How about Loretta Young walking through the wooden doors and here I am. Do you remember that?
Mm-mm.
No.
The Loretta Young show?
Nope. Don't remember the Loretta Young show. Must have been in black and white.
It was 1848?
Yeah, it was done in film, and I think they had a guy on the movie thing cranking it. Yeah, I don't know. It was a long time ago. Anyway, great to have you with us today. This is a show and tell show because we don't have any guests. You know,
Labor Day weekend.
Did you notice how the desk is kind of leaning to the left down?
That's his job.
Did you notice that?
I did now, and I pointed out.
Well, as a matter of fact, what you could do, we can't hear you. What we could do.
On the break, fix it.
Well, you could do that now if you'd like.
Okay. I'm going to have to shut all this down and unplug
it.
You're
not. You're not touching anything over there.
Susie's under my feet.
Yeah, Susie's over here.
I've charged the boys with bringing something to show and tell.
Oh, gee, thanks, Dad.
and then he told us some of it we couldn't show.
But we could tell.
And a couple of them we're not allowed to tell.
There's that. So this is a car talk show. We're going to try to keep that theme going today, although I'm sure it's already off.
But we each had topics to bring for different segments.
Yes, different topics. So we've divided everything up. So this one here, we're going to do car show etiquette. I have a little personal experience in this, since I've been showing cars since 1978.
What year was your vet?
77. So my first car show was at the Albert Thomas Convention Center, the Texas Corvette Expo, where I met Bill and Sharon Seitz.
Oh, okay.
And I knew nothing about showing cars. Nothing. I saw a little bitty box ad in the newspaper that says, Corvette Expo coming to Houston, first annual, apply on, it wasn't even online.
Was it the first one?
It was the first one.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And the interesting thing about it was, if you remember how the Albert Thomas Convention was set up, it had a ground level area, and then it had an upstairs. The upstairs was actually over the top of and went out toward the bayou off of Bagby. And the only way to get that, of course, as somebody that's going to go to the show and see it, you would go into the part of Albert Thomas, and it has an escalator, and you went up the escalator to the second floor. Well, how do you get cars up there on the second floor?
Probably a freight elevator.
A freight elevator.
One part at a time.
One at a time.
Oh, really?
One car at a time. Oh, my God.
It had to be fun getting out.
I had no idea what to expect.
Yeah, I want the space right in front of the elevator, so I'm the first one out.
Right. Well, it was chaos, obviously. Line around the block trying to get in.
Of all these guys with their shiny Corvettes going, oh, don't rain
And,
on
a
me.
freight elevator is slow as molasses.
Is it the one they pull the chains?
Pretty much, yeah. And it only fit one car. Don't get out of the car because you can't open the doors.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Yeah. So, at any rate, everything that was upstairs in the expo had to go through the freight elevator. Well, so we get up there and park it over in spot 7C. Okay, fine. Find it, park it. I know nothing about showing a car. Nothing. I've been to car shows, but here, this is my car, and I had it cleaned up pretty good for a novice that didn't know anything about it, okay? Well, I got it all cleaned off and looking good and everything. Shut the doors, shut the hood, locked it, done. Wrong.
Shut the doors and shut the hood.
And windows up.
There you go.
And lock it. What
Didn't know
do I
better.
know?
Nice paint job.
Don't want it to get dirty.
And it was spotless underneath the hood because I always do, keep my engine compartment clean. And inside was all vacuumed out, looked good. But nobody could see it. Nobody could see it, including the judges.
Oh, great.
So guess what?
Didn't win.
Got hooped.
Nothing.
Well, but you didn't know.
I didn't know.
Because nobody had said anything to you or taught you about what you should do as a showee at the car show.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit as a looker at the car show. People don't know. Now after you go to enough of them, you can learn what you're supposed to do, the proper etiquette at a car show. But don't touch the car. Step one is don't ever touch the car. Don't reach inside. Don't grab the handle to open the door. The way it is, and I'm going to go to Autorama because you have such contact access to the cars at Autorama. Yeah. Very few of them are actually roped off. But if you're looking at it, the other thing I was taught a long time ago is cross your hands behind your back and lean in and look. Make sure your Flavor Flav watch or clock isn't going to bang into it. Your camera
strap.
Your camera and the camera strap bang.
And
you had to be real careful about that because you were shooting a lot of pictures.
Didn't tape it one time, so they.
You did one time.
One time. Yeah, I was too busy looking through the viewfinder, and I didn't even see it. I got a tap on the shoulder, and it was just the cloth part. I mean, it didn't damage anything, but it just as easily a little bit more to the left. It could have been the buckle.
Oh yeah.
And speaking of that, the other thing is when you go to a car show, if you're wearing a belt, always have your shirt on the outside so it covers up the belt buckle.
I actually have a body shop belt that when I was
leather buckle.
Yeah, leather buckle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I've got it looks like a Velcro wallet. It's a trifold Velcro Kevlar looking
you got
thing.
Velcro on your tennis shoes too.
I know,
I see that. Yeah.
And you can cover your belt with it. So, but yeah, anything you do to damage that person's car, high probability is they're standing around you somewhere. And in that they're standing around you somewhere, probably listening, hoping to maybe answer some questions, but also listening to you being a snot about his car. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's got this color. Oh, those are the ugliest wheels.
My son being a painter, he does that. He will critique and just ridicule the paint on the vehicle.
That's what you do.
The other thing is, to that point where
Yeah, but you don't want the guy listening to
he
what
doesn't
you're
care. he'll offer them a
Never
paint job.
see him again.
What about the kids running around with their ice cream cones or their snotty little faces? Get them out of there too. There you go.
That's a parent's
Yeah.
That's parents'
responsibility.
responsibility. I was at one of the ones up there on the north side, and this dad and his kid, the dad's just walking, and the kid's riding around on one of those little scooters with the T-handles up on
yeah.
it. I actually said something to the guy. I says, you really probably ought to pick that scooter up, because if he hits somebody's car, it's not going to be good. You know, and this kid was just zip, 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 zooming, and dad couldn't care less.
Yeah, kid didn't know, and obviously the dad didn't care. Or
I think he didn't know. He was just probably wasn't thinking, because he did. He didn't fuss at me. He went and asked the kid for the scooter, and they folded it up.
He didn't say it's his mother's fault or anything.
So, but yeah, but trash talking somebody's car, high probability they're listening, could theoretically turn ugly. And
If it's an ugly car, yeah.
you know, and you said mind your children. Definitely, your children need to. What you're learning about going to a car show, you need to teach your children.
Well, on that note, I have to say to you that we were at a broadcast. This was over a year ago. I'm not going to say which one it was, but there was a large contingent of Corvettes. And me being a Corvette guy, I'm pretty critical of Corvettes. Now, I will say this. When I went to the Corvette Invasion in Bastrop earlier this year, it was wonderful, 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 because it was nothing but Corvettes, and a lot of them were drivers. Some were show cars. Others were a combination of both, like mine.
And all the owners were anal retentive.
All of us are, because we like our cars.
So they work together really well.
Network.
But
they understood.
One car show that we went to, I have never seen so many gaudy, overdone Corvettes in my entire life.
Too much bling.
And I will say to you that my first Corvette, once I got going on it, I added some stuff that I'd never do today.
And that's just it, because
Carried away in the J.C. Whitney catalog.
Yeah.
your likes and
pretty much.
dislikes are different than the next guy,
That's right.
different than the next guy.
Yeah.
You know, the big spinners on it, or the
No, well-
obtrusive pinstripe that's tape and not paint, you know, all that stuff.
Or you get those super complex stripe jobs like they do on Count's Customs. You know, those
Or the lowriders.
or the
Yeah.
lowriders.
They have some incredible paint.
All the
Oh, yeah.
etching in the metals.
But some people would fuss that a Corvette is not a place to do that. You know, the Corvette aficionados, I can't believe you did that to that car. You know, they'd fuss. You know, plus if it had like 28s or something on it, they'd fuss as well.
Yeah, donk.
I saw one. It was online this week that had huge mutters on the back.
I sent you that.
Did you send me
I
that?
sent
On a
you.
Corvette?
Yeah.
On a Corvette. It was not good, but
I liked it. That's why I sent it to you.
That says a lot, Jeff.
yeah.
You know, and the other thing is, you know, Mike talked about watch your cameras. You know, watch if you're wearing badges or something. You know, that you're not
Lanyard type
touching
badges,
their
yeah.
car. But the other thing is clean up your trash. Don't leave your empty water bottle right there on the corner. You know, wherever that corner is, somebody's responsible for that space that's
Mike.
showing their car.
Conrad.
And that's something you want to make sure that you're being respectful of their time, because everybody who's showing a car spent some money to be in the show.
And a ton of time.
Prepping
yeah.
the car.
Yep.
So just go naked. Go to a naked car show.
Well, now there's certainly a thing. Mm-hmm. How fun. Would you attend?
Not if I was there. Yeah, there's a word picture for you.
Yeah, I just threw up in my throat.
That's a lot of naked.
Did you notice that Mars didn't say
I know.
anything?
No, I had to
He's
think.
been to
I'm
one.
thinking.
They have those out in Neaterville.
They do. Yep.
Well, they're tractor shows.
Tractor shows. Anyway, continue on.
Well, but those are things not only that you need to know as a show goer, but you need to train your kids as well, so that they can understand all of those things.
You know, it's one thing. It's a different generation, and almost 95% of the time, I always held my girls' hands. And we always held hands. Always held hands. So if they strayed off, okay, they were within eyesight. And I have drugged them to every car show and racetrack that I could ever went to. They're quite familiar with car etiquette. And neither one of them are really into cars per se, although they each have. Matter of fact, Katie still got the Ford Focus that I bought her for high school graduation.
No.
She's 2 years out of a 5-year degree at college. So
Yeah, but
do
it's,
the math.
But it's paid for. She's not paying for anything except for repairs at this point.
Correct.
Well, and think about that, because when you said you hold your girl's hands going through the car show, last time we were at Autorama, Greg Enders and Courtney and Erica were walking through the car. I mean, as full adults, but they were just this little threesome
Absolutely.
that walked through. You know, not that they were holding hands, but
But they were family, and they were out there enjoying
Right.
a family event and talking to each other and stuff.
And it's a good way to say, hey, let's go over that way. And no, I want to go this way. So you're all talking and you're making a plan on where you're going to go see. So there you go.
And Erica, to mention that, is at P1 after her first round of
Again.
qualifying.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, provisional number one qualifier.
correct.
But today's qualifying is just one round.
Is it one? I thought they did 5 total rounds for
Maybe you may be right.
I think it's 2
I
today,
don't-
2 tomorrow. And then the eliminations are Monday. Maybe it's 1 tomorrow and eliminations are
I
Monday.
think that's what it is.
That's right, because it's Labor Day weekend. Let's not forget.
Yeah. Now, and as far as that's concerned, we're going to continue. I'll get
Yeah,
into
no,
the
that's
drag
pretty
racing
much.
thing.
What other car show etiquette things can you guys think of that I didn't mention?
Pay the fee to walk in the door, because you're paying the fee because there are expenses that the promoter has, and
Don't sneak in through a back door somewhere.
It's not.
Or in the trunk of a
Why
car.
would you? Everybody. Oh, I got free tickets. Well, what's the value of a free ticket? Nothing. You get to go to the show. Mm-hmm. The promoter's got expenses. Pay the $20, and you're going to see lots of good stuff.
Yes, you will get all your $20 worth
And the entry fees are low, usually $50 or less
to put a car in.
But think of all the time and effort and everything else to get that car
Set up
there
way.
and set up. As we all know, setting up our booth up there takes lots of hours, and we just have a radio booth and a car that somebody is going to loan us. Not quite sure. Should I ask Stan this year? You know what I'd like to have? I thought of this. Stan was generous enough to have the 38 Buick at my daughter's wedding for them to thought, boy, that would be really cool to have that car in our booth this year.
No, Sheila's race car.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
race cars there.
it's going to be Sheila's race car.
Tons of race cars there.
Yeah, but I'm thinking that 38 Buick Stan bought it out of a museum, and it is a 10 out of 10. I don't know if you've ever seen it or not.
Yep.
It's black with absolutely gorgeous.
Got like a couch in the back.
Yep, it does, and it is magnificent, and you can't even hear it run. It's got that straight eight.
Oh
in it,
yeah.
and it is beautiful.
Probably hold on to it. You probably don't even know it's running because
Correct.
it's so smooth.
Yep. And it's a beautiful car, and I thought, well, that would be something different for us.
Yep.
We've had some really good cars in there. John Hovis, I think, was the first one,
Yes.
right? And then I had my car.
Corvair.
I had the Corvair. I had the Corvette in there.
I had the Rally in there.
You had the Rally in there. And last year we had Dwayne's pickup truck in there.
What,
Oh, yeah,
what
yeah.
a gorgeous
Cat.
truck that was, too.
Yep.
Well, we recruited him from the waterfront.
Yes.
From Woody's.
Woody's
Yes.
Waterfront Car Show. So I think I'm gonna ask Stan if he would be generous enough to get his driver to bring the car down there.
That would be something. That would be a lot different. There's not going to be very many of them, if any, in there.
Correct. And I just thought that it would be something different.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful car. Why not? Let's do it. And
Get a sign made for it called, name it Loopy's Tortilla.
perhaps, but I will say this:
Perhaps
that
not.
Stan, they already have a sign for it.
But Dwayne came in second place in competition with that car in our
his truck.
booth. Yeah, with the truck. And I'm thinking, well, let's bring it in there. We'll show it on Stan's behalf and see what it does for competition.
there you go.
Yeah.
A Mill Winders Award.
Wouldn't that be great?
Well, think that's probably one of the categories for that is, the original car. It's not all just the custom cars. Still, kind of one of my favorites was that guy's two-door Graham that burgundy colored thing a couple of years ago. That was beautiful.
Yep. And it hadn't been in there before.
And no, and it was a beautiful car. But at any rate,
But again, you have to have manners when you go to a car show.
Car show etiquette. Very good. I enjoyed that. All right. We're going to postpone the California Dead after 35. Okay. Did you just whisper that?
Yeah,
Mars?
he did, because I'm trying to figure out the California Dead.
After I said it, I got to it. I know what it is now. I remember now.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Remember when? Remember that?
Remember that?
I remember it.
Okay, so don't let me forget. And I'm gonna California Dead.
I'm going to write it down.
Okay, please do. Dead at 35.
Oh.
And we'll explain it, Lucy, at a later time. All right. Time now for the events calendar. Conrad has that.
So tonight at 5 p.m. at Brookshire Brothers.
Do you think that there's anything going to be tonight at 5 p.m.? I don't think so.
You don't think
well,
so?
according to every weather forecast that I've heard of, it's going to be nothing but rain.
Then we're done.
We're done.
Weather permitting.
This is not the cruise-in calendar. This is the events calendar.
This is the events calendar.
Okay.
Events are things that are
Eventful.
I've got it the other way around. I've got events are things that are happening today and tomorrow. Cruise-in calendar, you're cruising in the future. How do you want that? That's the way I've done it for a while.
Okay, well, you just do what you do because you
So
know how to
hopefully
do it and do it better.
tomorrow morning, starting at 5 a.m., Sunrise Backroad Cruise. You had mentioned it that I did the rally and you guys did the Corvette. Meeting at 5 a.m. at Buc-ee's at 290 in Waller, and they're it's free. And they're going to roll out at 5:45 a.m. and up through Lake Somerville and that whole
that'd be good.
Twisty area. That's a beautiful
Is
ride.
it an open?
Yeah, open. Anybody can go. No entry fee.
I would go, except tomorrow is Chrome and Coffee at the Avalon Diner for Craig. Yeah, I like going to that. Great breakfasts, lots of cars, and every month that he has this is the first Sunday of every month at the Avalon Diner at the Fountains. Every time he does it, it's more and more cars.
Because more people hear about it.
Yeah, it's a great show. Show up, park, get something to eat, talk to all the people that are showing the cars. It's fun.
Yep, that was on my list. So
okay.
Woodlands Car and Coffee for a Cause. Randy's always promoting that. I don't know what the cause is this month, but the Woodlands Cars and Coffee for a Cause is tomorrow morning as well. Labor Day
Randy
week.
Weldon?
Yeah, that's the one where they do the local.
I talked to Randy this week.
Yep, about the Jaguar
about the
technician.
About the Jaguar, and
did you talk to the guy?
I texted the guy, and
is he a Jag guy or a Land Rover guy?
Oh, he's a Jag guy.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, so
that's even better.
And then he turned me on to the service writer. Got an appointment for Wednesday morning, so taking the Jag in.
To somebody with a brain.
Well, and it's a Jaguar dealer.
Yeah,
out on the Katy Freeway. So we're going to drive all the way.
Actually, I think that's an AutoNation store.
Whatever. But
good. Well,
you're just looking for a Jaguar guy.
Yeah,
somebody that speaks Jag.
Somebody that knows how to turn the damned check engine light off that apparently Colony One can't figure out. And I will get into that after we get the thing fixed. That has turned into a nightmare. Anyway, I regress. Please go ahead.
But yeah, Coffee and Comb at Avalon Diner tomorrow. Wimberley Cars and Coffee at Blanco Brew in Wimberley, Texas.
Ooh, that's good. Time is that?
That is 8 a.m. tomorrow.
Ooh.
Jeep night at the ranch, Harley Davidson in College Station. That's at 6 p.m. on the 6th. And then on the 7th is Freddy's Steak Burger in Katy.
Okay. All right, time now for this hour's car review. Mr. Mars had the 2022 or 3 Ram. 2022 Ram 1500. Go, Mike.
Yes, sir. So this is the 22 Ram 1500 Limited Crew Cab 4x4. Now, this is a full-size pickup. It's the 5th generation that was introduced in 2019. And we had the 10th anniversary trim on it, which I didn't even know existed until I started doing the research on this vehicle. There are 7 core trims to a Ram 1500. And then by the time you put cab and bed variants in there, there's 25 or 30. There's just about anything you want on most of these big vehicles. So the exterior, it's got the more modern grille now. It's got sleek lines. It's kind of looks like a bigger vehicle because of the way they've got the lounge
It's
around
beautiful.
it. Yeah. It is.
It is stunningly beautiful.
We had the trifold tonneau cover for the bed, the multifunction tailgate. We had some nice 20 by 9 inch wheels on it. And had the trailering package on it, and I'll get to that in a moment. The wireless in the interior, we had the quilted leather seating. We had the front seats were heated. The rear seats outboard were heated on the 60/40 folding seat. Now, this thing also had the big storage compartments under the floor, which I thought that was a little bit bigger than what the other ones were, or than mine is for sure. The Uconnect 12-inch display setting up there, and it was the new Uconnect 5 system that was working on this, so it worked really, really well. Had some under-seat storage. We had a 19-speaker Harman Kardon package as far as the audio goes.
Jamming to the tunes.
Woo, wireless charging and
Jimmy
everything.
Buffett.
Now, keeping this thing rolling, we had a 5.7-liter Hemi up under the hood with the e-torque. Now, this is 395 horsepower, 410 pound-feet of torque, backed by an 8-speed automatic. The e-torque is like a little electric motor that kind of helps it out whenever it's launching, or it'll actually kick in whenever the vehicle's shifting. It kind of smooths out the shifts. It amazes me that it can do something that fast. Of course, it's got the coil spring suspension on it, and this thing is quiet. It's really quiet when you get out there and hang in there and start rolling it. Jeff, hold up right there for a second. The one thing I wanted to talk about, it's got a lot of technical stuff on it, and this is the backup assistant, the parking assistance system, and with braking. It will stop you if it thinks you're going to back into something. Now, that sounds really great and fine, but you put a 6 by 10 foot trailer on the back of that thing, and you pull up and you want to back into a driveway, you can't back up. It keeps seeing that trailer with us. Well, I went to towing. I went to every button I could find to turn off anything dealing with that trailer. It saw the trailer, and it knew it was there. So for most of the day, we had to make sure we didn't get any place that we couldn't just pull through.
Just drove in circles.
But I finally found out that it was the parking system that was doing it, not the towing system. So I had to turn off the park assist, and then it would back up with the trailer. It was kind of weird, and I couldn't find anything in the books about it, but it just, one of those things that was weird. But it works. It will stop
technology.
you. Yeah, it won't let you go anywhere.
Smarter than the driver.
No lie. So EPA, this thing will tow 11,320 pounds. The EPA says you should be looking for 18 in the city, 22 on the highway, 19 combined. I got 16 miles to the gallon across 458 miles. Like I said, we tried a little towing out here. The basic crew cab for a Ram 1500 is $36,500. Something to compare it to, the $1,500 Chevrolet Silverado is $34,600. The Toyota Tundra is $35,900. F-150 is $31,500, so it's a little bit on the higher price. Now, our base trim is $62,480 for the limited crew cab 4x4. MSRP as tested, $72,420. Wow. But I'm going to tell you, you put this sucker out on the highway, even with a light 1,000-pound load behind it, and it will roll.
It sure was pretty, too, and I love that color.
Yes, I liked it.
All right, the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show is available 24/7 through the iHeart Radio app. Just look for In-Wheel Time Car Talk. We also stream on Facebook, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com podcasts at your fingertips from your favorite podcast source. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. Marker and right on your wall calendar, the next Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, Saturday, September 17th, 2022. It's the fall edition of Tailpipes and Tacos at the Loopy Tortilla in Katy, 8 to 11 a.m. It's the only place cruisers compete for Loopy's Chili Pepper trophies and other prizes. There's no charge to enter your vehicle for Best Hot Rod, Best Classic, or Best Modern Classic. Tailpipes and Tacos is Houston's coolest and most unique cruise-in and is your opportunity to see the best hot rods, show cars, classics, and resto mods, and get Loopy Tortilla breakfast tacos with adult beverages. There's no entry fee, and cars will automatically compete for those much sought-after custom Loopy trophies and other prizes. It happens at the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of I-10. It's Tailpipes and Tacos Fall Edition, Saturday, September 17th. The In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there, too. Celebrate the beginning of fall and the return of the Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, Saturday morning, September 17th, 8 to 11 a.m. We'll see you then, weather permitting. Want to take a minute to tell you about Gulf Coast Auto Shield, a Houston detail company like no other. Gulf Coast Auto Shield offers paint correction services that'll give your car, truck, or SUV a like-new shine. Afterwards, you want to protect it with a professionally installed nano-ceramic coating or protection film. Worried about your very expensive windshield getting damaged, broken, or cracked? Let Gulf Coast Auto Shield install Exo Shield, a windshield protection film. give John Gray a call today or check out their website, gcautoshield.com. Hey, whether you own a new, ultra-expensive, exotic, or a 5-year-old Suburban, Gulf Coast Auto Shield will help keep your investment looking like the day it rolled off the assembly line. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is conveniently located on the South Sam Houston Parkway, just south of I-69, the Southwest Freeway. Meet the staff and check out all of their services online right now at gcautoshield.com. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.